It is game day and it's live, my friends. Russ and the West Ham Network. Hope you're safe and wherever you end it, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, and give it a bloody good subscribe. We've only got a couple of hours until kickoff. If you want to experience the game a little bit differently, check out our new sponsors. There we are, Match Bingo. We spoke about them at the lunchtime at the morning show, the Match Day morning show. But in terms of there's a little bit intro about what they do.
Let's go.
So a little bit like bingo, but with items, things happening during the game, basically. And if you hit the QR code and download from there, you'll help out the channel like that. Anyway, a few hours before kickoff, we try and predict the starting 11 show. I think in terms of definite outs, we know basically it's really only our long-term injuries that were led to be believed are definitely out in terms of Antonio and Crescencio Somerville. With everyone else being fit and well, or as well as they can be. So let's get into it and predict the starting 11, which will never happen. Because pretty much that happens. There's always a fly in the ointment. Now, let's start with the easy one. I think goalkeeper, easy. I think Areola keeps his place. I don't think to worthy being dropped, and I think he's pretty much Potter's man for the rest of the season. Now, back four, back three. I think we stick with the back three. I think the back four was. I think the formation. I think is. I mean, Potter likes a back three. I think there's just one addition to that to that sort of midfield, which make a massive difference for us. I think from that Wolves game. So for me, I think it's the starting back three. I think, with the exception, hopefully, of by the sounds of it, Todibo being back in and back fit. So there's the three. If I can put Todibo in properly, there's the three. Goalkeeper, Krez, Kilman, Todibo. I think it's relatively not formulaic as such, but I think Wan-Bissaka plays there. Emerson or Ollie Scholes. I don't know either way. I think they are sort of interchangeable at the moment. I thought Emerson came on and did quite well. I thought Ollie had a bit of a tough time against Semedo. We know that Bournemouth have got some good wingers as well. It wouldn't surprise me to see Emerson start, and Ollie given a little bit of a rest. Obviously, don't forget Ollie also played like internationals and Emerson didn't. Emerson had a bit of a knock, though, at the end of the game, but he should be okay. But I think for that reason, I think Ollie keeps his spots in the side. And, yeah, as I said, I thought we had an okay first half, but nothing to write home about. And I think actually a couple of times Semedo, I think, did him for pace, which is my only slight concern about Ollie now. You know, now he's fair. You know, he's now a first-team player now, so pace sometimes can be an issue, I think. Like genuine pace, but that's with most fullbacks, to be honest, unless you're someone like Wan-Bissaka, as we know, is the best one-on-one defender in the Premier League. Midfield. I think we need Edson Alvarez in that midfield. I don't think necessarily the Paqueta situation worked, or Paqueta and Jay Ward-Prowse. Obviously, Souček was on the bench. I think, personally, that's what he should go with. For me, that just offers a little bit of a balance. I think Souček's great to bring on when you're chasing a game or you want someone to tie up. He's brilliant. But I'd rather start with Edson. You've got to think Bournemouth as well. I mean, they haven't won in the last 6 or something like that. They're not in great form. Neither are we. So, yeah, there we go. And then I think we get a little bit tasty. I mean, we know that Kudus is back. We know that, we assume Kudus is back. I think we really missed him. I mean, ideally, in an ideal world, what I'd like to see done probably is this. My ideal situation would be something like that, where you get and one or the other. That would do me. That would do me. I think that would be pretty. As I think, if we're playing a back three, I think most people probably wouldn't object to that side. I think you've got. I mean, does it? Fulkrug, Ferguson. He'll start with one and bring the other one on if need be. I think Fullkrug played much better, but he played in. But I think the side played more better. But the side played better in the second half anyway. So, but clearly you can see, there was that little back heel he did for Souček running in. He should have done better. The header, hit the post, the little flick ons. I like what he offers to the side. I just think, and a fit Nicholas Fullkrug you'd see definitely a different, more attacking threat when it comes to West Ham. So that's what I'm going to go with. It's going to be totally wrong because it's West Ham and that's not really in the centre. That's better. But what do you think? Starting 11. Let me know what you think. I think it's going to be a back three. I think that's the way Potter plays. I think moving to back four was more of a necessity because he needs to bring on certain players and move things around a little bit. But I think that's, to me, is what I'd love to happen. I don't think it will happen. I think there'll be either a Kudus or Paqueta will be dropped for James Ward-Prowse to go in that position. But I don't think you need to. I think it'd be that. I quite like the Alvarez Paqueta two in the middle. There's a lot of fight there. There's a lot of grit. There's a lot of Latin passion in that midfield, which I think we desperately missed for that Wolves game, particularly the first half. Second half, a lot stronger, I thought, but the first half, particularly, and the Wolves midfield just ran through us. We know Wolves is, Bournemouth's sort of main dangers of the wings. There's a slight question mark on Justin Kluivert in terms of his availability. Semenyo had a poor game at the midweek when they lost to Ipswich. Looked really tired, I thought. So, yeah, interesting. Anyway, peeps, take care. Stay safe. Stay warm. Stay home. Don't forget to check out that way. Match Bingo if you wanted to get involved for the game and get your bingo cards, get your dobbers and dabbers. And I will see you later. We'll be doing a little bit around the ground after the game. So if you see me, if you go into the game, you see me, come over and say hello and have a chat. Take care. Stay safe. Stay warm. Stand by. Come on, you bloody irons. Much love. Bye-bye.